we're gonna hit Lake Tahoe. And I got some insider tips and local tips that is gonna make this an amazing journey with some hidden hot springs, some great bays, and some nice little local bars. So let's go check it out. So sometimes the best tips you can get are from the locals. Almost always the best tips you can get are from the locals. And I got some amazing tips on Lake Tahoe and Yosemite National Park. One of my favorite photography artists is Ansel Adams, and I'm really excited to go hike around Yosemite National Park. Drop down through Reno, go through Tucky, and then this is where the local tips came in handy. Emerald Bay, Tahoe City, Fallen Leaf, South Shore. And then we're going to come down here on the 395 Buckeye Road just north of Bridgeport, and that'll take you to some hidden hot springs that are off the grid, and you can just go down this little cliff. I'm really excited about that. Cheers and welcome aboard the journey. Thanks for joining me, and remember to subscribe. Here in Tahoe City, beautiful Lake Tahoe on the North Shore. This time of year in Lake Tahoe is amazing. This time of year in a lot of places are amazing. It's after the kids start going back to school, the locals start settling back into their hometown. Tahoe City is a perfect example of that, of this beautiful little mountain town that the tourists have left, and you're just walking around this beautiful city on their boardwalk. This is my favorite time of the year to camp. This is my first time to Lake Tahoe, and I didn't understand what the draw was until stepping foot into the water. This is some of the clearest water in the United States. The water is so incredible. Setting around here is set up for the outdoorsman. There are literally a half a dozen Tahoe National Forest campgrounds that are right on the Tucky River, some of the most beautiful campgrounds in the US, and they're all very reasonable. I paid $20 a night at Silver Creek Campground last night, just off of Highway 89 off of Tahoe City. And then a 12-minute drive and you're into beautiful downtown Tahoe City, this cute little mountain town with super friendly people. It's just been a real pleasure to experience Lake Tahoe this time. Come back up through the Yosemite area and hit some hot springs here in the Travertine and Buckeye Springs area. Just enjoying my cup of coffee this morning and heading out in about 20 minutes. Calling it right now, I like Lake Tahoe better than Aspen. Aspen's a beautiful place, but it does have that, little bit snooty vibe, even when you're on the outskirts. I think Lake Tahoe has the reputation of being kind of an uppity California type destination, but it's not. I was actually surprised, and this is my first time to Lake Tahoe. It's these quaint little mountain towns that have delicious little coffee shops and restaurants that are just authentic. The people are genuine and warm. I have the pleasure of being here after tourist season, but when the weather is still warm. Just incredibly beautiful. And there's an abundance of campgrounds around Lake Tahoe. National forests, national parks, state parks, more per capita than maybe anywhere else I've been in the US. It's incredible here. So if you're looking for a great family recreation area or just a really cool, chill vibe, check out Lake Tahoe. It's got so much recreation, rafting, boating, zip lining, and all these inexpensive national forests and campgrounds that really make a pleasurable vacation. So I would easily spend 5 days here. I'm spending about 3 days here, and I wish I would spend a couple more, but I want to head down towards Mammoth and check out those hot springs we got today. So check out Lake Tahoe. Put it on your list, especially if you're driving through California and hit Yosemite. This area of the country is a must-see. This California Highway 395 is an incredible view. I prefer Highway 395 over Highway 1 now. It's incredible, just pure nature, pure beauty. Perfect. Drive it, check it out, camp around Lake Tahoe. You won't be disappointed. Wow, 24% grade? Do you know how steep that is? It's going to be like going on a roller coaster. All right, both hands on the wheel. Here we go. Concentrating on this windy mountain road. I'm up 7,800 feet, above 7,800 feet, above 7,900 feet now. Incredibly steep grades, pulling the Geo Pro with full water, empty waste, up these mountain roads, basically at the top of the mountain on California 89 between Tahoe and California 395. Jeep's doing really well. I'm getting 4 miles to the gallon, but it's not kicked down too much. You'll be able to hear a little bit when it shifts gears to downshift. So I'm not, there it is right there. I'm not in the lowest gear most of the time. I'm getting 3 miles to the gallon right now though. Letting up though, but it's doable. These are super steep mountain grades that I'm going up and down. And the temperature right now, even at 8,000 feet, 8,086 feet right now, the temperature is 75 degrees. So in aviation, we use a formula called density altitude. And when you have a situation like this where it's hot and high altitude, the engine really has to struggle. When you're up this high and the Jeep is performing this well, it tells you a couple things. The V6 Eco in the Jeep is plenty adequate to pull a 3,000 trailer up pretty much any mountain in the US. And you have a nice weight dependable trailer in the back that it sure is nice to have something that's 3,000 pounds instead of some of the competitors out there that are 5,000 plus. So I told you how helpful the BLM offices and the Ranger offices are. In my experience, I've always found them extremely helpful and full of great local knowledge. They give you these free maps that give you amazing information. I promised you a hidden hot springs tip. 3 miles north of Bridgefield, California, on Highway 395, you'll find Buckeye Road. You're going to take Buckeye Road to the left. It's a dirt, unimproved road. You're going to follow it up about 10 miles, and you're going to find the Buckeye Hot Springs. Incredible hot springs in the middle of nowhere, and it's about a 30-foot cliff to work your way down. So when you get there, you're going to know that you're off grid. And when you're done in the hot springs, you can get back in your vehicle, and the road takes you right over to Twin Lakes, California, for an amazing vista and a nice cool dip in a glacier pool if you want. So there's your hidden tip for the day. So right now I'm at Travertine Hot Springs, just to the east of Bridgeport Ranger Station. It's a well-developed hot springs. It's well known. The roads are better. They're still unimproved, but they even have like a little bathroom here. So it's a great little place to get away and soak, and I'm excited to do that right now. Gonna go hike down to the hot springs right now. I don't know if you can see this view behind me, but absolutely spectacular. I'm excited. Let's go. Ooh, nice. I'm just in amazement. I'm gonna dip in here a little bit more. Oh. So this area, the Indians used to feel that this was sacred pools, healing pools. And you can see all the sulfites and everything in here. You can feel how that would absorb into your body and probably would be very healing if you came here as like a detox. Wow, it's so relaxing. I'm just going to quit talking. But that's my view. So each one of these pools is a different temperature. This one here is almost like bath water, I imagine, because it's a little deeper and the surface area is a little larger, so it cools off a little bit. The other one is probably about 104 degrees, about exactly what you would want your hot tub at home to be. And then some of them are just too hot. Almost the smaller they are, obviously, the hotter they seem. This whole thing is a doable week-long vacation. Tahoe, $395. How amazing is that? Oh my God. It is healing. It is. I feel so zen just sitting out there looking out over the mountains. I don't know how good the audio quality was on that because I just took my iPhone and I had a weatherproof, dustproof, waterproof case, and I apologize if the audio wasn't very good, but something amazing happened out there. It's like I'm sitting there in this amazing healing spa water. Some people came in and they said one of the top 4 natural hot springs in the entire United States is just 45 minutes from here. That's what I love about not being hardcore planning everything, because if you have the time, now there's my new destination. I was going to go down to Mono Lake, but I'll just hit Mono Lake in the morning.